Also, if you want to get blocked by fish sticks, this will lead us into our fish stick stuff. Well, just remind him about his fake job history. Oh my goodness. He does not like
there's so much more to that.
Oh, there is very much more to that. But before we get there, I kind of have to lead in with why I found this information. So apparently the news cycle is going back around that Mr. Fish Sticks could be a potential Federal Reserve governor nominee. I'm sorry, I can't take this seriously. You're telling me that Donald Trump's going to put a college dropout on a fucking... Oh, it's a good joke. It's a good fucking joke. But here's the thing. So the guy was saying that that Fishback is one currently suing. Okay, first of all, no, he's not. I checked Pacer. He is not currently suing Jerome Powell. Amy explained to me that he thinks that he should be able to, that he wants to, and he thinks that that Jerome Powell should make all Fed meetings public knowledge, not just us getting the minutes. Like, we should be live, sitting there during Federal Reserve meetings when they're determining interest rates and all that stuff. And so he wants to sue for everyone to be able to have access to that, because he thinks that they're hiding their super secret reasons that they're keeping rates up. Not understanding why, what like growth and inflation expectations. If the economy is really as good as Trump says it is, shouldn't need to cut rates. But anyway, so I went looking for this lawsuit and I couldn't find it on CourtListener or Pacer. And that's when I found, so Platinum, his former employer was Greenlight Capital, where he was just like a research guy. He claimed that he was head of macro, and that's the whole lie on his thing. Well, I can see why he is very, very salty when you bring up his past employer.
Oh boy.
But Amy, you were right there when I made this critical discovery and was like,
well, I think I read more. I think I read more of the documents.
Oh, you read way more. So this first one was for his failure to pay back 2 promissory notes. Did you read any of these? Mm-hmm. Okay. Would you like to explain what happened with this one?
So he, hold on. Okay. So, I mean, you're talking about the original complaint from like when they first filed? Because there's an amended complaint.
No. So there's 2 cases. There's the first one I sent you was about the failure to pay the 2 promissory notes. And then there was the second one, which was the breach of contract, defamation, and
the promissory notes. Well, so we'll go with the promissory notes. So that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, that one first. Yes.
He executed 2 promissory notes in favor of Greenlight that are relevant for purposes of this complaint. On February 1st, 2023, defendant, as borrower, executed a second amended and restated promissory note and security agreement in the original principal amount of $222,346.12 in favor of Greenlight as the lender. The first note has a maturity date of February 1st, 2024. On July 12th, 2023, defendant as a borrower executed a promissory note and security agreement, the second note, and together with the first note, the notes in the original principal amount of $115,000 in favor of Greenlight. The second note has a maturity date of October 12th, 2023. Aside from the principal amounts, interest rates, and maturity dates, the other material terms of the notes that are relevant for the purpose of this action are identical. Let's see. Then they go through.
So without getting too into the weeds on the complaint, what's the big takeaway here? So why were these 2 promissory notes issued?
I don't think I saw.
They had no money.
Why they were. Why he took them. Did you see that?
I hadn't gotten the chance to read these. I was about to read these, and then the Lisa
I think I
Cook
need to go to
response
the
dropped, and
exhibits.
I focused on that. And since you were giving me screen caps, I figured, well,
Yeah.
Amy's got this covered. I'll just focus on the Lisa Cook filing. And
So the
Amy's.
exhibits, that's what it was. The exhibits
Mhm.
is where the first and second note are,
Yes.
and they are not bought and paid
And
for
they even
on
sent him
here.
a demand letter back
They did.
in
Of the demand.
October
Well, they sent him a
2020.
forbearance letter first, and then a demand letter.
2 demand letters.
But they don't say in the complaint why. It says that collateral. Let's see. I don't remember
Well, they moved
seeing
for summary judgment too. And
why.
I guess
Well, I
they
mean,
did.
he actually concedes in that. It like so. If you did I send you the screenshot where he
Oh yeah, they
conceded?
grant summary judgment in
Yes.
March of this year.
Yeah. So in the latest filing, I think in September, he says, as the court's aware, I've conceded to a finding of breach of contract to the injunctive relief sought by the plaintiffs and to plaintiffs' entitlement to reasonable attorney fees and costs, subject only to
Yeah,
reserving
and
my
they got
right to
attorney's
review.
fees on this one in May.
Yeah. So I mean, he conceded to the breach of contract. I don't know that he's repaid them, but he did concede to that.
Yeah, and so then we also had the diversity action, which was the other one where the like whole breach of contract, the whole defamation, all that other stuff, which I think you were
Well,
sending me.
and now, so like if you go scroll down to present day, he's now they're trying to get discovery of text messages from 3 specific people who they believe he discussed their confidential and proprietary
Yes,
data
because
with.
I read some of that because he stole their proprietary trading stuff,
Yes,
correct?
correct. He did. Well, allegedly.
Allegedly,
So
yes.
they claim that this is in their amended complaint. Fishback's motives for stealing the proprietary information could not be clearer. Around the time that Greenlight detected Fishback's theft of confidential information, it also learned that he secretly formed a competing hedge fund as limited partner while still at Greenlight and had started misrepresenting his role with Greenlight to investment industry contacts. Among other misrepresentations, he told third parties that he was Greenlight's head of macro, a fictitious title that did not exist in the company. He did so to misappropriate Greenlight's successes to himself, which he could in turn use to build credibility for the new hedge fund that he was planning to launch. Yeah, there's quite a few things, and then they talk about his some of his work product that I was like. I don't know if you want me to find the thing about the margin mistake. I can, but
You can just explain it rather than trying to pull it up.
he was doing some trade, and the counterparty had a margin requirement, and he told the person like the trades have to go through, the proper channels. And he told that person that the margin was $1.4 million and the actual amount was $4.1 million. They list like copious amounts of mistakes and warnings that he got while he was at Greenlight. But it just goes on and on and on from there. So yeah. It's not great.
You know what? I think I get what you're saying, but I think Meet Kevin has more scruples than this dude. Just saying. And also, I can't help but
Well, he
get
was still like, even after they discovered that he had stolen the proprietary information, he continued to use it, and he continued to misappropriate his role at Greenlight. And like, it almost sounds to me like to this day he may still be using the
their
proprietary
data.
information.
Yeah.
And like, so it wasn't just like the the breach of contract for, like, we need to go through and find out about the breach of contract for the promissory notes. Also, because they also claim that he broke his employment contract. So there's a lot going on in here. And as we move into like present day, it gets a little.
Yeah, because also didn't you say that there was like, you were mentioning to me some of the stuff that you'd seen, and one of the things that he did was he was going to be going on this podcast, and
Yes.
he tried to make misrepresentations to injure the public
About
reputation of
president.
by suggesting that they didn't have a position in Tesla when they did.
Well, so yes, but he actually basically like went on this podcast and challenged David Einhorn, who's the president of Greenlight, to like come on and debate him about the Tesla investment. And their Tesla investment was, you know, their confidential information.
Right.
And so he was basically revealing
that they had a position.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think it probably was calculated. If I had.
And there's a bunch of other stuff in there that I believe.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
That was mentioned in there. Right now, the stage that they're at in that lawsuit is, I believe, a motion for summary judgment that they're setting scheduling for that hasn't resolved itself out yet. But we'll see where that all goes. It's going to be fun because I have a feeling that Mr. Fishsticks is not going to like it. He's pretty much admitted to some of this stuff already. So I could see why he might be a little bit of a sourpuss online when you bring up the fact that he's a alleged fraudster. Funny that he's commenting on someone else's fraud, but trying to hide the fact that he just might
projection.
Also, I find it funny that this is a guy
him and Pulte
running on the
from
reputation of someone else. He's running on the reputation of someone else, and these like manufactured and fake credentials. It almost reminds me of a guy who runs solely on his family's name and his fake credentials about his professional life and skills set.
Well, and they kind of both run on the same delusion that like they're somehow protected.